Hello guys, this is Yuri here. Today I will be predicting the victims and culprits of each chapter of the new Danganronpa 2x2 game, as well as the motive and survivor of the killing game. As you know, Danganronpa 2x2 is coming up and it will be different to the original game as there are new victims, culprits, and most likely new survivors. Let me quickly run through how the original Danganronpa 2 played out. In Chapter 1, Byakuya was murdered, and Teru was revealed as the Blackened, a killing driven by panic. Chapter 2 focused on loyalty and guilt, with Maharu as the victim and Pico as the culprit. Chapter 3 escalated into a double murder, where Ibuki and Hyoko were killed, and Mikan was revealed as the Blackened. Chapter 4 questioned ideals and sacrifice, with Mekamaru's death and Gunham taking responsibility. And in Chapter 5, Nagito's death was caused by Chiaki in an accident meant to stop the killing game. By the end, Hajime, Akane, Fuyuhiko, Sonya, and Kazuchi survived. These patterns are important because my predictions for Danganronpa 2x2 follow the same narrative structure, not the same outcomes. So here's my full prediction for how Danganronpa 2x2 could play out. Chapter 1 is never about evil. It's about panic. My prediction for the first victim is Hyoko Sayonji. And the culprit is Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu. After Monokuma introduces the first blood perk, tension skyrockets. Hyoko constantly targets Fuyuhiko, mocking his height, his temper, and even his family. Most of it gets brushed off as jokes. But pressure builds. One night, a confrontation goes too far. Fuyuhiko snaps and shoves Hyoko away, not to kill her, just to make it stop. She falls, hits her head, and dies. There's no plan, no framing, no mastermind move. During the class trial, Fuyuhiko eventually confesses and takes full responsibility, even stopping Pico from protecting him. Chapter 1 ends with a reminder. Despair doesn't always come from hatred, sometimes it comes from losing control. Chapter 2 shifts from impulse to ideology. The victim is Ibuki Mayota. The culprit is Nekamaru Nidai. The motive reveals that Ibuki is about to lose something essential, her identity, her memories, or her autonomy. Ibuki doesn't want to live as someone she isn't. Nekamaru believes that strength isn't just surviving. It's choosing how you live. So he makes an impossible decision. He kills Ibuki, not out of hatred, but out of mercy. The class is torn. Was this murder, or compassion taken too far? Chapter 2 forces everyone to confront a terrifying question. Is living always the same as living with dignity? Chapter 3 is where things fall apart. The motive is simple, a food shortage. Rations are cut. Hunger sets in. People panic. The victims are Teru Hanamura and Kazuchi Soda. Teru hoards food for himself. Kazuchi steals out of fear. Akane Owari is hit the hardest. Hunger isn't just discomfort for her, it's overwhelming. Her logic twists into something dangerous. If the weakest keep consuming resources, everyone dies. Akane kills Teru in a moment of desperation. Kazuchi witnesses the truth and becomes the second victim. This isn't a calculated double murder. It's messy, panicked, desperate. Chapter 3 shows how survival instincts can erase morality entirely. Chapter 4 is where beliefs collide. The victim is Sonya Nevermind. The culprit is Gunham Tanaka. The motive reveals that Sonya's kingdom secretly relies on animal cruelty for resources. Sonya knows about it. She hates it. But she stays silent to preserve peace. To Gunham, silence is unforgivable. He believes that allowing cruelty to continue is a greater sin than committing violence. Gunham kills Sonya, not in rage, but with resolve. He fully expects to die. Chapter 4 asks a brutal question. Is choosing peace worth the suffering you refuse to see? By Chapter 5, paranoia has completely consumed the group. The motive is distrust. The victim is Byakuya Togami. The culprit is Pico Pikoyama. Byakuya often leads class trials. He's calm, logical, and always one step ahead. To Pico, that doesn't look like intelligence. It looks like control. She convinces herself that Byakuya is the mastermind manipulating the killing game. So she kills him, believing she's ending everything. During the trial, the truth comes out. Byakuya wasn't the mastermind. Pico accepts her execution without resistance. Chapter 5 proves that broken trust can be deadlier than Monokuma himself. In the end, only 4 students survive. Hajime Hinata, Mikan Tsumaki, Mahiru Koizumi, and Nagito Kamita. Hajime Hinata because he endured. Hajime survives not because he's the smartest or strongest, but because he keeps going. He doesn't cling to ideology, sacrifice others, or act on impulse. He questions everything, including himself. When everyone else breaks under pressure, Hajime adapts. In a killing game designed to exploit extremes, normalcy becomes resilience. Mikan Tsumaki because she learned to stand. Mikan survives because she stops defining herself by how others treat her. Early on, she's fearful, apologetic, and desperate to be needed. But as the deaths pile up, she becomes someone who endures pain without disappearing. Her survival isn't luck, it's growth. In a game that feeds on weakness, Mikan survives by refusing to vanish. Mahiru Koizumi because she remembers. Mahiru survives because she acts as the group's moral witness. She doesn't lead with authority or fear, she leads by observation and honesty. Mahiru remembers the victims as people, not statistics. That grounding keeps her from slipping into paranoia or cruelty. She survives because she never lets the killing game normalize itself. Nagito Kamita because he was forced to live. Nagito survives because death would have been too easy. The killing game thrives on sacrifice, and Nagito worships sacrifice. By surviving, he's forced to confront a truth he hates. Not all hope is born from despair. Chiaki's sacrifice directly contradicts his worldview, leaving him alive but shaken. His survival is the ultimate irony and punishment. So that's my full prediction for Danganronpa 2x2. Let me know your own victim and culprit theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, consider liking and subscribing.